I was a very energetic child. I still think I am. So I really enjoyed, running, moving, jumping. My name is Phiwe Nhleko. I'm 15 years old. I started doing gymnastics when I was 6 years old.
Phiwe is a remarkable young woman. I think through this program you'll see that when she speaks to you, but she was a young kid when she started. But through the years, she's just developed into such an amazing girl as far as managing herself is concerned.
I really enjoyed it from a young age, and it just kept getting more exciting and more fun. The more difficult things I got to try and just explore the sport, because it's not just about like running and jumping. There's also a lot of artistry involved in the sport.
Because of the nature of the sport being dangerous, still during their train-to-train phase of their development, I think it's important that they are instilled with the discipline that goes with it. It's a no-nonsense approach.
Well, gymnastics is one of the most dangerous sports, so it's kind of difficult to be safe. But I feel like what we do is just we make sure that firstly you're strong enough. So we do a lot of conditioning so that we're able to take, landings and bending and jumping and spitting. So that's very important. Also strengthening the little things like your ankles, wrists, so that because we go on our hands quite a lot, so if your wrists are weak, then you can get hurt. You kind of just have to go for everything. You can't really have fear in gymnastics because that will hold you back.
Because of the fact that she's such a tall athlete, it hasn't been an easy journey to get her here. And that's one thing I can say about her is that she's been very clever in managing herself as far as injuries are concerned, her workload is concerned. She would verbalize that she thinks she needs to take it slower now because the knees are sore, or she'll come to me today and say, you know what, the knees are not feeling that bad today, you can up my training program today. So for me, there's a lot of taking ownership from her side from a very young age, which was for me quite enlightening.
Coach Louis is he's a really good coach. He knows what he's doing. He's a very experienced person. And it's also very nice because I've been with him for almost 10 years now, I think. What helps him to be so great is just the balance between knowing when to push us and also knowing when to sort of step back and let us, try to figure out what we're doing wrong and where we need to fix. Because sometimes there are times where, like you feel demotivated or something just isn't working that day and you kind of need like an extra push to, help you get through the day. And then there's also times where it's like, I just need my space. I need to try to figure out, what's going wrong. And then he knows that, okay, I think I need to step back now.
Up, watch your left. Up and quick. Good job.
And I like to say that I do get good grades. My goal is always 85 and above. Anything below that is a fail in my mind. So I've studied, I've tried to improve in all areas where, I'm not as strong. So I think that just translates as well into gymnastics because I want to give my absolute best in everything that I do. So that sort of helps me to balance the two because I know that they're both very important. So I have to give an equal amount of time to both things. And it definitely helps a lot that I'm homeschooled because it gives me a better opportunity to balance the two so that I can still train the amount of hours that I need to while still concentrating on my schoolwork and all the areas that I need to work on.
I think once the athletes become older, gone through puberty, and they've taken ownership of their careers, and they go into compete to perform phase, I take a back seat. I become more of a technical advisor. I give them the programming. I let them lead the way. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's nothing as frustrating for a coach to have one aspiration and an athlete has a different aspiration. So I really try and get them to take the lead as far as where they're going. And I'm there in a support role.
The fact that my parents have done a lot for me to be able to be where I am today, it's not, easy. It's also not cheap. They have to leave work as well to take me here, to drive me. So they also made quite a lot of sacrifices. And I myself have also made sacrifices because, I started doing homeschooling so that I could be here. So that's one thing that really reminds me and says that, you know what, even though you're feeling like this, go into the gym, go do your best, and that's all you can do. Another thing is just remembering why I started doing gymnastics, and it's just because I enjoy it. I want to, go as far as I can in the sport, and in order for me to do that, I have to practice every day. But you also have to have that mentality of like, it is at the end of the day still you, and you need to be the one to say, okay, I love this sport, so I need to push myself. I need to, go that extra mile in order to get where I want to go. The ultimate goal for me would be the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. So that's like long term. I've always dreamed of going to the Olympics. It's like one of the biggest goals ever. So that's definitely, somewhere that I want to be.
Champions are made through motivation and hard work. Each week, Champions in Training spotlights one rising star as they hone their talent and refine their skills in school and amateur sports. Champions in Training, home of our rising stars.